Welcome everybody, David here.
I'm an internet marketer. I do this full time and I absolutely love it. This is a very good thing because I'm permanently physically disabled and pretty much homebound. Yet I'm able to make a very good income from around the world right from my desk in my home. Many people have helped me learn how to do the things I do in my business. I've had some wonderful teachers and trainers. And I've met online and shared information with many fellow entrepreneurs and business owners I now call my friends. I owe a lot to these internet friends of mine. Today, I'm so glad for this opportunity to introduce to you one of my friends and favorite trainers, William Souza. In my opinion, William is a top internet marketing trainer, and besides this, he's one of the finest people I've met online in my internet marketing business career. I'm not the only one of his students who finds William to be genuinely interested in each of his students' success. William is very quick to respond to questions, and he always gives you his best advice. He doesn't hold back anything from his students. Hi, William. Thank you so much for being my guest this afternoon.
Hi, David. Thanks a lot for the opportunity to talk to you and to talk to your audience. And I hope this interview is going to be full of useful and actionable information for all your audience and all the guys who are interested in learning more about internet marketing.
Well, I know you're very busy with the exciting launch of your new CPA or Cost Per Action Marketing course, CPA Evolution. And after listening to so many hours of your training in the past, I feel I already know you very well. I've always found you to be completely honest and open and completely comfortable in sharing your knowledge and experience. But for the benefit of my listeners who may not know of you and who may not have heard of you before now, why don't you begin our interview today with telling us a bit about yourself? Please tell us how and why you got started with Cost Per Action Marketing as an internet marketing business.
Okay, Dave. So I actually got started with internet marketing back in 2007, so pretty much 7 years ago. And initially, I didn't have a good idea on how big it could become. My intention was just to make some extra cash, and that's probably the way most people get started with this.
Mm-hmm.
But after a few months or even a year working online, and I finally started getting results. And then I realized that actually this internet marketing thing, it could be much bigger. It could become something much bigger. So I started, treating this as a real business, as something, started being more professional. And then in 2009, 2 years later, I switched to the CPA model, which is the model that I use now, and that's my main business. And since then, just things started happening. I started working with many companies, many merchants, met many marketers in this industry. Also started, after a certain point, coaching people, so I started having some students. Many of those students are now successful marketers who are also my personal friends. So that's actually how I got started. I got started just, in the very beginning, it was just about my only goal was just to make some extra cash. And then, after some time working with internet marketing, it actually became a business, and now it's something that I'm very proud of. So yes, that's how I got started with internet marketing, and then how I switched it to CPA. I did this. I went from the traditional marketing models to CPA because even at that time I realized that it would be an important decision and that it would give me more possibilities for doing my business, for exploring different opportunities, and turns out that was a great decision. And I'm happy to work with CPA now and to have this as the main advertising model of my business.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. When people start treating this as a business, that's when they start making really good money. I think that's a key
definitely.
thing. Some people call CPA performance-based marketing because we get paid based on our performance, and I love it. That's what I do in my business too. Well, a lot of it's from training. But I wanted to ask, in your opinion, how does the CPA or cost per action business model compare to other business models in the internet marketing industry?
Okay, great. So this model, it's I think it's something that's gonna. I like to say that it's the future of the internet marketing industry. And the reason why it is happening is because the first point is that most companies are starting to realize that this is a better model for them. I'm talking about the companies that are the big merchants, the big brands, the big corporations that invest on online marketing and recruit affiliates. They are starting to realize that CPA is a great opportunity for them because, as you just said, it's based on performance. So it allows them to expand their business by capturing lots of leads online and establishing new relationships with new customers every day, and they can do this with a cost that's easy for them to measure and to control. And on the other hand, it's also interesting for the affiliates because with CPA there is no selling, so you don't have to sell something. As you certainly know, when we have to sell something and when we have to have selling skills, that's the point when things start to become a little bit more complicated. So with CPA, that part of the process, it actually, I'm not going to say that it doesn't exist. You still have to have a contact with the person who's on the other side, but all you have to do is just to get them to complete a free registration, to start using a service for free, to download something. The action that they have to perform for you to earn your commission, it's much simpler and easier than buying something. They don't have to make such an important decision, pull their credit card and buy something.
Right.
So for this reason, I believe that cost per action, it's an easier model for beginners. And then when you put this together with the fact that more and more companies are starting to invest heavily on online lead generation, then we have something that's easy for beginners and at the same time something that's growing, that has a lot of potential, an industry that's that offers many possibilities, and there is a lot of money to be made with CPA. So if we put these two things together, I think that we have something really powerful for marketers of all levels, and that's why I think that CPA, it's a great model, something that, as I said before, that can be considered the future of the internet marketing industry, because I think that this model, it's going to continue to grow, and along the next month and years, it will certainly become even more popular than it is now. So yeah, I think that pretty much answers your question.
Oh yeah, you can't see my head nodding up and down, but I am in total agreement. This people have said to me, but aren't you worried the market's going to get saturated? And I said, you have no idea how big it is, and in relationship how few people are. This is such a tremendous opportunity right now. It's great, and for the foreseeable future, I'm very comfortable with being in this business. Well, I know that William, you've made and are making a lot of money with your CPA marketing, and yet you've taken time out of your schedule to reach out and teach new entrepreneurs and business owners what you've learned. And I want to personally thank you for doing this. I have gained a lot from the training, and I've been amazed at all the wonderful and very valuable training you've given in your previous courses and free webinars. You've quite an impressive list of successful students who did put your training into practice, and they're now making their dreams come true with their own CPA business. However, I'd like to ask you, what are the main mistakes you feel people make when getting started with CPA marketing?
Okay, right. I think that the main mistake that people make is usually to have the wrong mindset. Most of the times, people are focused on the method, on the strategy. That's absolutely important. But for me, in my opinion, the difference between a successful marketer and someone who keeps struggling without getting consistent results is just their mindset, is what they think, and the way that they approach this business. So when you can approach your business properly, professionally, you have much better chances of succeeding. I know because it happened to me when I was getting started. In the beginning, I was just trying to make some quick bucks, so I was just picking up any report, implementing the reporting in a matter of minutes, and if the results were not as expected, then I would just jump to the next thing and keep doing this, and without having focus and just looking for that magic button. So when I realized that there is no magic button that you can push and flood your bank account with lots of money, when you understand that it's all about mastering a process, understanding a model, and then building a sustainable long-term business, things become much easier. With CPA more specifically, when you're getting started, it's very normal to have some campaigns that do not produce a positive ROI.
Sure.
That happens not only with beginners, but that happens with all the marketers.
Yes.
I can't say that all the campaigns that I test, they become profitable campaigns. It obviously doesn't happen. But although it sounds pretty obvious, I still see many people who try once, who set up one campaign, and if anything goes wrong, they feel frustrated, disappointed, and they want to go to something else, or want to start everything over again, or they believe that the traffic source that they are using, it's not a good traffic source, and so they don't have that tiny bit of patience that's required to test just a few campaigns, see how your campaigns become better as you keep testing them, and then eventually find a winning campaign that can make you money. So I believe that that's the main mistake that people make when getting started with CPA, is not approaching this in a professional way, understanding that they're going to have to go through a learning curve, that they're going to have a testing phase. CPA, it's not something that's very time consuming or that takes a lot of time to produce results. Actually, I think that if we compare the CPA model with other models out there, like list building and other strategies out there, I believe that CPA, it's even faster than the vast majority of them.
Sure is.
Because the campaigns that you can set up, they are quite simple, and you don't have to have a complex process or many technical skills. So for this reason, it's a relatively fast model. But even being fast, it still has kind of a testing phase. So there is the person who's getting started with CPA must be willing to go through a small learning curve and really take the time to master one traffic source, one type of offer, and then based on that, start creating their CPA business.
That's one of the things I picked up from your training, and it really helped me, was understanding how to test and how to get a baseline, and then do subsequent testing and improve the technique, the method that I was using, whatever it particular was in that particular case, with a landing page, the videos, whatever I was doing, and it really helps to have that coaching to keep me focused.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's difficult, or I can imagine. I've never made a course like you do, but I can imagine it's difficult to make a one-size-fits-all training product. And we all know that getting started is the hardest part about any business, online or offline, whatever. But I want to ask you specifically, what about people brand new to the internet marketing industry? Assuming such a person does have general computer knowledge and internet skills, they can use Google. Would your new course, CPA Evolution, be the right training for them as they begin their efforts in a field which might be new to them? In other words, William, can someone get started in internet marketing with your CPA Evolution training?
Yes, David, absolutely. CPA Evolution, it was designed not just to be a piece of information. The idea is not that people will go through the training once and that's it. They learned what they had to learn there, and now they are on their own to take action and see if they can build something based on what they learned. That's not the idea. CPA Evolution, it's more than that. It's something that it's more like a community. After they join CPA Evolution, inside the portal, the members area, they're not going to just find the information that they need to start setting up their business, and they can start really from zero, but also they're going to have direct access to me, direct access to other marketers. They're going to be able to share ideas, exchange information, and keep in touch with other people, and always keep in touch with myself so that I can help them with their campaigns. And it's something that they are going to not just use to learn a system, but they're going to use it to learn a system, and then they're going to continue to use it to implement that system, so create the campaigns, test the campaigns, optimize the campaigns, and eventually even scale the campaigns. So it's really something that will allow not just me, but all the other marketers inside the community to hold them by the hand and show them the way to build a business from scratch And because of this, I believe that it's totally 100% newbie friendly, because there is not a minimal requirement talking about the skills or money to get started with CPA Evolution. We have different options inside the portal, and depending on their situation, they are going to have a route to take that's going to be very clear for them. They can take that route and they will start getting results. Some people will have more experience, some people will have more money, and there will be different options for those people. But if you are just starting from zero, even if you don't have a great budget, you still have the possibility to start using CPA Evolution, because there will be training modules that will be suitable for that situation, and the community and my own support will also help you understand how things work in the practice. You know, you're going to be able to put all the pieces together and actually turn theory into practical actions, into things that will produce consistent results. So yes, to answer your question, I do believe that CPA Evolution is something that will produce results not just for people who are already working with internet marketing or CPA, but actually for people, also for people who want to get started with internet marketing and have little or even no knowledge about this industry. It's totally beginner friendly, and will certainly the experience inside CPA Evolution will be great for marketers of all levels.
Oh boy, that was a really neat answer. That gave me gooseflesh. I can just see how, why you call it CPA Evolution now. I was wondering about that. I was going to ask you about that. But that is such a concept. That's really going to be great for people to get into. William, I personally have bought training courses from you and other CPA marketers over the years, bought several. And I've spent a lot of money on training and coaching to shorten my learning curve. And it was money well spent for me. I'm way ahead of where I would be if I tried to reinvent the wheel through, trials and errors, as they say. Getting training from successful and proven teachers like you, William, has paid off very, very well for me. And the closer I followed the trainer who knew the path to the goal I was trying to reach, the faster I had success. Now, in my experience, every successful trainer or coach brings his or her best to their students. And you always have laid it out for your students in a very clear manner. I really like your style because it's so easy to pick up on what you are teaching and to take action on it in bite-sized portions. And like you were just saying, explaining, I mean, you'll have segments in there for everybody, no matter where they are, whether they're newbies or experienced. But regarding this new training course of yours, CPA Evolution, in your mind, what makes CPA Evolution different from other training programs out there?
Okay, yes. Actually, the evolution, it is because of the type of strategies that we focus on during the training. So what I see that most people do now when trying to get started with internet marketing, and it's something that's easy to understand, it seems to me that it's even natural with the amount of information that we have out there, that they just try to follow the thing that seems to be the most popular thing. So we are constantly seeing things become super popular, then lose some popularity, then comes another thing, becomes super popular, then starts losing that popularity, and it keeps going like this. So it happened with things like PPV, AdFly, now it's happening with Teespring, and that's just something that naturally happens in this industry. And what I see is that people who are still struggling to get things going, to make, trying to understand how they're gonna build their business, trying to find a direction, it's very easy for them to get distracted with those things and end up just following the next big thing, and they keep just going from one thing to another, and that process, it actually never ends and never produces decent results.
Right.
So the idea of CPA Evolution is to allow them to do it in a different way. What happens is that I'm going to use just the thing that's more popular now as an example. So Teespring, Teespring selling T-shirts online. Teespring, for people who don't know what it is, many people are talking about Teespring in the internet marketing industry. It's a platform for setting up campaigns to sell T-shirts online. You create your custom T-shirt there, then you set up a campaign and start selling that T-shirt. It's something that's popular now, and people believe that it's something new that started in the beginning of the year, but actually it's something that's been around for a while. 4, 5, 6 years or even more. And just now it starts, it started gaining popularity. So what happens is that selling T-shirts on the internet, it is a profitable model, and it used to be very easy to get started with this model. But now with this boom, I like to call this of a boom process. Everybody's trying to sell T-shirts on the internet. Everybody's using Teespring, so things start to change. There's a lot of competition. People trying to sell the same thing to the same audience. There are also things changing on the traffic sources. For example, Facebook ads. It's a very popular traffic source for that model. But Facebook is starting to change the rules for campaigns promoting T-shirts there due to the high amount of people doing this, and and that becoming a problem for the users.
Yes.
Teespring is also facing problems with copyright violations, for example, and they're changing some rules as well. So the market is in a constant change now. The competition is huge, and for the newbie to enter this market now, I'm not going to say that it's not possible, but it's definitely not the easiest route for them. It would have been much easier for them to start selling T-shirts online 1 or 2 years ago before this whole thing, because then they would be able to reach the profit zone, master the process, put themselves in a comfortable position, and just then they would be prepared for this situation. And what I try to do with CPA Evolution is to allow them to be one step ahead. The techniques and the strategies that we provide inside the training program, they are things that haven't gone through this boom process yet. So they are techniques that are powerful. They are making a lot of money for the top marketers in the industry, but they haven't hit the crowd yet. There is not a horde of people doing this, and and the market is not constantly changing. So it's something that's still easy to get started with. It's still relatively easy to implement those strategies and to get them to work, and they have an amazing potential. So the idea with CPA Evolution is to allow people to use powerful things before let's say they explode or they go through that boom process. So the idea of CPA Evolution is to allow people to be one step ahead, and that's why the name is Evolution. It's giving them the next step of the CPA industry. It's allowing them to see how the CPA industry will be tomorrow, and not just how the CPA industry was yesterday. That's the idea of CPA Evolution.
That's so valuable. I've already seen behind the curtain inside your CPA Evolution membership area. I took that tour that you offered us, and wow, William, I must tell you, I'm really very impressed with the modules and all the short, concise, and to-the-point videos you have there for your students. Why don't you explain to my listeners how you conduct the training inside CPA Evolution? What will they learn in your course?
Okay, so the training program, it is composed by let's say 3 main parts. So the first one is composed by the training modules. They're going to have 4 main training modules. When they join, they're going to have access to module 1. Then every 15 days, they're going to get access to a new module. Besides those 4 main training modules, they're going to have several extra modules with extra information, other systems that are also producing good results, and eventually they will also be able to use those extra modules. The modules, they are composed by high-definition videos, whiteboard lessons, step-by-step lessons, with screen cams showing, really over-the-shoulder how to build the campaigns and everything. All the methods, all the modules, they are completely actionable. They will always have an action plan, so people will always know what to do next after they learn everything. They will know exactly what are the tasks that they are supposed to accomplish to start using the system and start getting results. And that's the first part of the training. The second part of the training, it's the community. With the community, they're going to be able to talk to other marketers, share information, exchange ideas, and more than that, they're going to be able to have kind of a continuous training there, because I'll be constantly posting case studies there, and the future other members will do the same. So the continuous training, it's going to happen on the forum, and it's going to be almost 100% based on case studies. So if they're going to get the theory from the training modules, they're going to see how all that theory can be put into practice by using the case studies that will be posted on the forum. So the training, it actually never ends. We know that internet marketing and the CPA industry more specifically, it's very dynamic. So things can change eventually. Traffic sources change the rules. New CPA networks pop up every day. So things are always changing. New methods are always we are always finding new methods out there, and all of those things, they will be part of the training because they're going to be always on the forum. It's going to be constantly updated, and they're going to have access to all the case studies there. And so that's the second aspect. And then the third aspect is the direct access they're going to have to me. If they need help with their campaigns, if they have to share some information with me, I can go through the campaigns, analyze the campaigns, get back to them with suggestions and recommendations. So they're going to actually be able to count on my experience in the industry to help them shorten their learning curve. So this is the way that the course is structured. And I believe that this is the best way for someone who's getting started, because they can have the theory, they can see how things happen in the practice, and then they can have support from someone more experienced when they are trying to implement everything with their own campaigns.
Sure. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it's just so exciting. I mean, from the student's point of view, I love how you take these modules, and then instead of just giving it to us all in one great big long, multi-hour video, you have them all broke down into, like chapters, short chapters, real easy to find your place. And if you need to see something over again, or if there's something there I want to do, I can, just watch that one little video again and get it fresh in my mind until I got it. I really appreciate you, going through all that effort. That's really, really, really good.
So yeah, actually, the idea of breaking things down, it's to prevent people from suffering with information overload. It's something that that really hurts a beginner when they're trying to get started. So the idea there is that if you have the information organized in a proper way and it's easy to find it, then you can it's possible to focus on the right things. And
you can't focus on 12 things at one time. You can only focus on one topic at a time. That's great.
Yes, exactly.
This has really been awesome, William. I just have one final question for you today, and I bet it's on the mind of many of our listeners at this point in the interview. So I'm just going to ask it to you directly. What kind of results can your students expect from your newest training course, CPA Evolution?
Okay, so the training, it's very actionable. It's totally focused on producing results. It's not just about learning something, but it's about learning something and using it in the practice and getting results. I like to say that people who join a training program like this, they do not buy the information. They buy the results. Mm-hmm. They are there because they want to get results. So the training, it's totally focused on producing results for them. Of course, we can't talk about specific numbers. It depends a lot on each individual, their schedule, budget, types of campaigns they're going to be creating inside the training. But they can expect to see real results, and I'm talking about even profits, just in a matter of days with CPA Evolution, because with some of the systems that we have there, setting up new campaigns, it's a very simple and fast process. And then plus with all the support that they're going to have inside the private area, getting the things done and setting up the campaigns will be easy and fast. So they can expect really to start seeing practical results in a matter of days, or even for people who are a little bit slower when learning something new, they can still expect to see some results in a matter maybe of 2 or 3 weeks.
That's awesome. Well, William, that's all the questions I had for you today. Do you have any final thoughts for our listeners?
Yeah, so I want to first of all thank you, David, for the opportunity to talk to you and to talk to your audience. And I hope people enjoyed listening to this interview. And what I want to say is that CPA Evolution, it's really a great opportunity for people who are looking to get started with CPA. And more than that, right now, it is a great moment for for getting started with CPA and start building a CPA business. I believe that the CPA industry is about to explode, and it's gonna become much bigger in the next month and in the next years. For several reasons, companies are starting to invest more on online lead generation. Emerging markets like my own country, for example, Brazil, they are becoming also important in this industry. Many opportunities Many offers for those countries are popping up every day. So I think that we're going to see many cool things happening in the CPA industry in the future. So right now it's certainly the best moment to enter this industry, set up business, and then surf that great wave that's about to come. And
you
also,
you can only surf away from the front. You can't be behind it and get anywhere.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And I also know that you, David, you're offering a great bonus for people who join CPA Evolution under you. I really like your bonus because it's what most people do is that they deliver information, sometimes amazing information, but your bonus, it's a different concept, a different approach, and that's really cool because what you're offering is something that that will directly help them with when implementing what they're going to learn inside CPA Evolution, which is I don't know if I can mention everything, but
sure. I'm going to be giving everybody who buys on my links a custom landing page. I have a questionnaire based on your course that I'm going to send to them, and then we'll have a short Skype conference call, and then I'll produce a custom landing page, either HTML or WordPress ready, that they can just implement it, and it can be used as a baseline for them to start their testing and making their changes and improving their campaigns. William, I didn't want, I've got courses too, and I've got developers' rights to things, and there's all kinds of information, everything known to mankind's available on the internet. But I didn't want to, just give them a hard drive full of stuff. I wanted to keep them focused on your course because that's how they're going to make money, and I wanted to give them something that they don't have to worry about. Whenever they get to that point, I can just say, okay, now I can put this to use, and here's now I know what I want to have in my landing page and how to use it. And boom, Dave's a professional; he'll do it for me, and they get started. And then I have a special bonus for the first 10 buyers, the quick response people. I'm going to also make them a video based on their script up to 75 words. It'll be a custom animated video that no one else will have, just them. And these videos are very valuable. They work very well. I'm sure you'll be telling them about videos and how to use them. And but that's I can only make so many of them, so I had to limit it. And I'll notify the people that got in quick and got one. And then we'll get to work on that whenever we get to that point of the training. So I appreciate you.
Actually,
go ahead.
I just want to mention that's a great thing because actually some people sometimes they ask, oh, but will I need a landing page when getting started? And yes, you will absolutely need a landing page. You'll see that the vast majority of the methods that we covered they do require a landing page. Before you send people to an offer, it's very important that you give them a reason for completing that offer. And the place where you do it is on the landing page. If you do not give them a very good reason for supplying their personal information and registering for a service, for example, chances are that they won't do it. So yes, they will definitely need a landing page, and the better the quality of the landing page, the better will be their chances of making a campaign profitable. So that's why I believe that the bonus is a cool bonus, and more than that, it's extremely useful. So that's why I do recommend people to take advantage on that after they join.
Well, thanks for bringing it up, William. I really appreciate it. I am very confident in my things that I produce, and I wanted to be helpful. I didn't want to just like I said. So hey, William, thanks again for taking time out of your hectic schedule for this interview. It really means a lot to me, and I do appreciate it very much. And I'm sure our listeners do as well. All the best to you, William. Have a lot of fun with the launch of CPA Evolution.
Okay, thanks a lot. And that was a great pleasure for me to be here today to talk to you, Dave. And I just hope that this interview is going to be useful for people who are now getting started with internet marketing or considering getting started with CPA. And yes, that's it. I really hope that this interview was also cool for the guys listening to us. And it's a great pleasure always to talk to you. And thanks a lot for the opportunity.
Thanks, William. Well, folks, that was William Souza. He's a great guy, and I really like getting to know people like him through my business. At one point, I didn't know a thing about CPA marketing. I didn't know anything about this, and it was only through really good training, like I got from Williams' earlier courses, and Williams was really special to me. I really want to encourage you to look into Williams' training and to watch his free training presentations that he has coming up before the launch. They're not any longer than they need to be. You'll learn a lot in a short time. And if you're new to the internet marketing business, and if you're considering learning how to make a really good income from home, as I do, and I'm disabled, you will certainly get off to a great start in your new business with Williams' training he presents in CPA Evolution. I highly recommend it. So click on the link to see Williams' first free training presentation, and let's get to know each other.